blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, thus as your brother Dan Moses or say Yao Sakodi of TRC, Ghana, coming to you this 25th of May 2023, Thursday, with the continuation of our exposés, testimony, new world, disorder. But before we begin, we want to welcome each other by saying Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitan, welcome, and Ganjoni, Benvindo, you are welcome, Kuso, Diwo, to San Senor, Okukulaba, Mauya Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, no, O, Samu, Dezua, Mkwandehena, Mitash, Duburo, Pezalovat, Bine Ivinit, Barigalus, Vita Ichi, Ayubon, Dobridoya, Velkomen, Estan, Hozut, Walam, Aluma, Bienvenido, Namaste, Swagtam, Kush, Hamadid, Varuk, Haba, Marhaba, Huanyong Haminida, Huanying, Nyejeko, Anyamime, Nyejeko, Wezolo, Novio, Miao Wezo, Akwaba to the program. Testimony, New World, Disorder. Testimony, New World, Disorder is the program through which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world in these times of global deception, delusion, and willful lies that are made about by some of the very people that we trust to be there for humanity and the nations of the world, and yet for the past 17 years, almost 2 decades, have in their worship of this extremely dangerous US undercover agent have continued to deal with humanity by willful lies, deception, and delusion, having brought humanity into this total global helplessness. But I want to remind us that the center of the global evil pursuit is America and Ghana. The government of Joe Biden, the government of Nana Addo Akufo Addo, they are behind the global evil pursuit to seek to take over your soul, my soul, the souls of humanity on the nations of the world. They are behind all the helplessness, the challenges, the difficulties, the problems that the world is encountering now. They are behind the evils. You would hear the government of Nana Addo Akufo Addo talking the nonsense that the situation, the helplessness of Ghana, their destruction of the economy and the finances, and heaping debt upon debt on the nation is as a result of global challenges. Humanity, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, America, all of the American continent, and all of the nations of the world, let's hear it. The government of Nana Addo Akufo Addo and Joe Biden, they are behind what the plight of humanity that we are seeing. They are behind it. Let's get it clear. So Ghana, they are behind that evil. However, we want to understand that what they are pursuing against the human race is not just the issue of the destruction of your body. Have told us that their evil pursuit of these global wicked forces has gone beyond the issue of destroying nations with bomb bullets and guns, and they have gone past that. It is an agenda to seek to take over your soul, the souls of humanity, and on all of the nations of the world. That is what they are doing to us. Therefore, you are in a moment of decision to make up your mind as to whether you will let the soul takers, the soul thieves, the enemies of God, the enemies of humanity, the destroyers of the world, you allow them to take over your soul, or you yield your soul over to the maker of your life, the owner of your life. Christ Jesus is the owner and the maker of my life, and he is my God and my Lord. It is time for you to make that decision. Your imam cannot help you. Your preacher, your minister, your pastor cannot help you. Where we are, your rabbi cannot help you. You are in a moment of personal decision between you and your God. No politician, no diplomat, nobody can help you in the matter of making a decision concerning your soul. That is where we are. I go about to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. In the midst of all the global evils, we want to understand that by His grace, God has made a way for us that we as well get to receive some divine guide, divine direction, and divine insight, that we may know exactly what to do in the face of this global helplessness. This is Expose Part 232. Expose Part 233 will be what to do. So, Akufo to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. Humanity and the nations of the world. On this 25th of May 2023, Thursday, we want to reiterate again that the agenda being pursued, for which the world has seen the total helplessness on the nations of the world for almost 2 decades now, is an agenda which the Bible calls, in the book of Jeremiah 30 verse 7, Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, and the mark of the beast agenda. That is what wicked men and women who have taken their seats in America with their cronies in Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo and his counterparts, way before he took the throne of Ghana as the president, they were pursuing that agenda with the extremely dangerous US undercover agent. All that we are seeing on the nations of the world is towards the secret agenda of the most evil and terrorism ever to be experienced by the human race, which the Bible calls the Great Tribulation. These wicked forces who thought that they are gods, they rule, they own the thrones of the nations of the world, and they own humanity, decided to dare the God of the Bible by seeking to pursue the mark of the beast agenda, which the Bible has talked about in the book of Revelation 6:6, to be imposed on the human race and get us destroyed. In total damnation in hellfire upon all the problems that humanity is facing on the nations of the world: hunger, starvation, diseases, wars. These wicked men and women who fear no God and have no regards for the human race decided that the problems that we are facing does not matter to them, but they would dare God by experimenting with what the Bible has talked about to inflict the human race with a great tribulation. And they are pursued secretly the mark of the beast to their own damnation, and they cannot tell humanity that this is what they have done. And God has made it be to their own damnation, and they don't know what to do. America, the White House, the Congress, the Senate, the US government has no solution to the problem you are facing. They don't have an answer. Ghana, you didn't hear me. I said the Flagstaff House, the Jubilee House of Nana Addo Akufo. They have no solution to the problem that Ghana is facing. You heard me. I said that the United Nations itself knows that what the world is facing, what wicked politicians, diplomats, and religious leaders have pursued, which they cannot tell the human race about. They have no solution to that. NATO has no solution to that. European Union has no solution. This is not an issue of how to share the global food supply. This is not the issue of sharing the available water on the surface of the earth. This is not it. This is not about sharing the riches of the earth. This is an issue that has to do with the soul, the souls of humanity. And no politician, no diplomat, no religious leader can help your nation or help you. But the God who created you and created the whole world, He is the answer to the problem that wicked men have created for the world. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. If anybody should see what is happening to the world is the United Nations cannot openly tell the world that this is what we are facing, and in fact we are at the verge of the annihilation of the human race. The White House cannot tell the world. They can't. The world leaders, they cannot tell the world that this is what the godless, wicked men and women, evil enemies of God and enemies of humanity, decided to do to the human race. And I brought this problem to the United Nations. I brought it upon America, brought it upon Ghana, brought it upon the nations of the world. And they don't know how to come out of it. They know so well that violence and demonstrations, chaos, is not the answer. If they don't play the world, play you and I, play humanity, what will happen is total chaos and violence breaking up on all the nations of the world regarding this evil, that fellow human being, diplomatic wicked men who infiltrated the United Nations, who took over the White House of America to do this evil to humanity and the nations of the world, hijacking. Listen, humanity, listen, Ghana, listen, precious ones. The mark of the beast agenda that is in secret pursuit is driven by US intelligence, technology, network, and money. That is what is driving the agenda. And the US government has no idea as to how some of their own politicians became so wicked to take counsel with foreign government and foreign politicians, foreign nations, to do this evil to their own. They have no idea, and they are caught up with total helplessness, and they keep hoping the world the leaders of the keep hoping that there would ever come to be an end to what the world is facing. Their shout of COVID didn't help them. Global, it didn't help them. What they willfully orchestrated in Russia and Ukraine it's not helping them. Matters are getting worse by the day, and they know that reality is catching up with them, and they cannot tell you that, hey, somebody, what is happening to the humanity? We don't have the solution. It is time for you to seek God. Thank God He has made a way for you to know the truth, that the truth sets you free. Do not allow your soul to be taken over after all this suffering on earth, that you allow the soul takers take over your soul and lead you to damnation in hell. Listen, let me give us 2 pieces of information about the global happiness. That we wake up to reality, that you understand that it is nothing but the experimentation of the mark of the beast, which fellow human beings decided to pursue, and they have caught damnation upon themselves. Everybody, every grown-up person that is like maybe 10 years and above, that is alive this day, knows that before the year 2019, before 2019, specifically September of 2019, all over the world, all over your nation, if ever you have been to the hospital to access medical health, to take your vital statistics, which include your temperature, to take your body temperature, they either would place a thermometer under your tongue and tell you to close your mouth, and then they take your body temperature, or they would put the thermometer, they would tell you to pull your shirt up, put the thermometer on your arm like that, and tell you push down on it, and then they will take your body temperature with a thermometer from your arm. They could also take your body temperature by telling you to they will pull your shirt, put the thermometer under your armpit, and tell you put your arm on it. They will take your body temperature. You know that. This you don't know. When you were born and you were a little child, sometimes if your body temperature had to be taken by the health sector, when you have gone, your parents have taken you to your hospital to access your medical health, sometimes the thermometer is put in your, as a baby, in your airway, your anus, to take your body temperature. Or sometimes they are able to take it through your at the back of your ear. However, hear this information, hear this expose to your shock. Everybody that has engaged that engages in international travel on the nations of the, whether you are in Ghana and you engage in international travel before just after 2019 September, you will realize that something happened to you. If you were you traveled after September and you got to the airport at the international travel, something happened to you and you were shocked at what is going on. You didn't understand. After September of 2019, you got to the airport, and during your immigration process, you are checking, you are going to embark on the flight. Before you go to the immigration process and you embark on the flight, all of a sudden, you saw somebody with something in the hand, which he called like a gun. He will point it on your forehead and shoot it. Shoot it. With that gun, they point it on your forehead, they shoot it, and they claim to have taken your body temperature from your forehead. This thing, go research. If you are engaged in international travel, you will see that after September of 2019, they started doing this treacherously on the nations of the world. Instead of your armpit, under your tongue, under your arm, that you know they take your body temperature. All of a sudden, they started with something, a gun in their hand, and electronic device, which is like a gun. They shoot it. You get to they tell you come. They shoot it on your forehead. Boom. They claim you they are taking your body temperature. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akufo to the program. Testimony, New World Disorder. If anybody tells you that which they called the COVID-19, the fiasco invention of wicked men, which they treacherously blamed it on Russia as China as the origin. If they tell you that it is something they don't know where it came from, they are making a fool of you. Before the global lockdown, before they told the world that there's something called COVID-19, they had already planned all this, and they were experimenting it in various international airports. Suddenly, gradually, they sieved it into various hospitals. And when you go to the hospitals, instead of taking your body temperature from your mouth, they started taking it on your forehead. Did you hear that? Everything that happened with the COVID-19, it was planned by wicked men. And they know the source, that they are the source. Akufo to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. They have committed medical terrorism. That is what they have done. Now, why is it that what the Bible has talked about, that mark of the beast, where exactly that you shall receive it, that is where they suddenly chose to be shooting you on your forehead with electronic device. Why did they abandon all parts of your body for taking the body temperature and chose your forehead? Which the Bible has said that is exactly the place that you will receive the mark, or on your right thumb. Why? Think. That was God's alert to humanity that wake up, church, wake up, people of God, something is happening to you. When they had experimented that to see humanity's response, and they were comfortable with it, they started telling us about social distancing regarding the COVID-19, and they told you that between you and your fellow human being in your nation, when you gather in a public place or a place of public gathering, there must be a distance between you and your fellow human. When you meet at the mall, when you meet at the shop, when you want to go to the shopping, there must be a distance between you and your fellow human being. When you are in a queue, purchasing, making payment for your transaction, between you and the next person must be a distance of 6 feet. 6 feet, not 7, not 1, not 2, not 3, 6 feet specifically. Ghana, America, and the nations of the world. Akufo to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. Those that have pursued this evil to be imposed on the human race, they consider the human race that we refuse to think. no matter what they do to us, we don't wake up to the reality of what they are doing to us. Ghana, America, and the nations of the world. The global secret pursuit of the mark of the beast, which is at work on every nation of the world, demands that your mind is programmed, is prepared to feel comfortable, to be in acceptance, to approve, to prepare you to receive the mark of the beast, sex, to feel comfortable with the sex agenda. Did you hear that? Although you have not seen the full unleashing of maybe putting a hot metal in fire and with sex imprinting being put on your forehead, you have not seen that. You have not seen them inject you with on your right thumb to put a microchip there that has to do with the sex. You have not seen that yet. But what you must know and understand is God did not create this world by accident. If you go to the Genesis 1 down, everything that God created, orderly, planned. The devil knows that so well. So don't you ever dream that the mark of the beast that the Bible talks about, that shall be imposed on the human race, will just spring up one day all of a sudden. There is the experimentation period by the pursuers of the mark of the beast. Ghana, my nation, under the government of Nana Addo Akufo, has become the stooge state for this global experimentation. They have taken the Ghanaian people as the guinea pig for the entire world for this secret mark of the beast agenda pursuits. That is what evil has been done to my people of Ghana upon the 17 years of the cowardly secret killing of their diplomat, religious leaders. My nation is the global scapegoat. No, experimentation. In science, we will call it test case. That is what they have done to. In order, they want the Ghanaian people to feel so comfortable with the mark of the beast that is to come. So treacherously, it is not just the shooting them on their forehead with a gun under the guise of COVID and telling them social distance. But the truth is, even in Ghana, during the social distances of 6 feet, it was not enforced in Africa and other part of the world, the 6 feet. Unlike the Western world, America, Europe, and other part of the world. You can't go to Walmart and purchase during those days that you would. They have marked the floor 6 feet, 6 feet. That distance, marked it, and you can't cross to go be behind your fellow. You must be exactly the 6 feet. You understand? Now, in Ghana, what the government is doing to them with the global forces, the mark of the beast pursuers, is that they have, through your Ghana card, just like the state ID of the US, the state ID, the state of Maryland ID, it has a number, you understand? Through your Ghana, they call it Ghana card, the card you see, ECOWAS card, they have infused. You watch your Ghana card closely. Some of you have the mark, the 666 infused in your number, your Ghana card. They have done that with some of you, your social security numbers. They want to, if it's on my Ghana card, Bible didn't say that if it's on my Ghana card, it's the mark of the beast. Feel comfortable with it. They have done that to your social securities. secretly, and your mind has not come upon it. They have, through the DMV, the motor vehicular licenses division or whatever, your license plate, car license plate, Ghana, as from today, watch when you are driving on the street. Some of your numbers, your license plate has to do, has the number 666 in there. You are in the street and you see them playing, you see them among, and you don't know what is happening. They want my people of Ghana to be comfortable with the 66 mark of the beast acceptance before the actual unleashing of that global terrorism, which the Bible calls the mark of the beast. Your cell phone number, many Ghanaians, your cell phone numbers, if you look, you call yourself maybe like 240-666-510 something. They have coined it, your social security, they call it digitalization. There is a man called Mahamudu Bawumia, traitor against Muslims, the enemy of the Church of God. He has, with Osla Owusu, spearheaded this global evil agenda. And they want the world, they want Ghana, they want human. America, you have the same thing. They are doing it to you through your social security, through your driver's licenses, through your car license plate. Why they are doing that to you is to prepare your mind, the minds of the American people. As from today, check, go get your ID, go get your social security number, go get your driver's license, check them all. I'm not saying go reject them, go check. There are many of us on the nations of the world that they are experimenting this global evil of the mark of the agenda on, for the world to come feel comfortable with the mark 666. So when the time comes and they start unleashing the actual mark of the beast against the human race, oh, they tell you if you don't accept it, you cannot sell, you cannot buy, you cannot do business, you cannot access medical health, you cannot work. But I mean, what is wrong with 666? I mean, they are prepared your mind already to feel you were accepted. They will inject it under your right thumb or your forehead, and when you have done that, you are doomed for hellfire perpetually. America, did you hear me? Ghana, did you hear me? The nations of the world. What you must do before the unleashing of their global terror of the mark of the beast, enforcing and imposing on the human race as a global command, you should also start preparing to know how to reject it. You didn't hear that? Start preparing to know how to reject it. You go to for a license plate and somebody give you license your license plate, your car license plate, your car license plate number plate. You say 666-5, 666 something. No. Then for religious grounds, you cannot accept it. You are also preparing to reject it. They put it in your cell phone. In Ghana, cell phone, you can own as many as 4 or 5 cell phones. They orchestrate it and give it to you as your cell phone number. You to start preparing as a child of God. We are also ready for you. I know it is not on my forehead and it is not on my right arm, as the Bible has said, but I'm also preparing to reject it. Europe, you heard me. Asia, you heard me. Australia, you heard me. Wherever they brought this damnation from, forgetting about the problem of Israel and Palestine, forgetting about the evil they pursued in Iraq, which innocent children, the consequence, their feeling the consequence after now. What they are doing in Syria, what they are doing in Ukraine and Russia, forgetting about all those problems. And yet they have pursued this. Wherever they brought it from, we are telling them that back to the center. Take it to wherever you brought it from. Humanity don't want it. More is yet to come. Let's go to what to do. God bless you. And God bless my homeland, Ghana. Bye-bye.